Good afternoon, everybody. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day. And in today's video, I am going to be reviewing this album right here. This is Cemeta, the rapper Cemeta. And for those of you who don't know, Cemeta is the little brother of Master P. He was signed to No Limit Records. His first album was Life After Death. Second album was Barcelona. Third album was Trapped in Crime. Fourth album was CP3.com. Fifth album was called The Truest Shit I Ever Said. And this right here is his sixth album. And this album right here, this album actually came out in 2008. And the title of this album is Screamin for Vengeance. And like I said, this is Cemeta's sixth album. It came out in 2008. The singles off this album are Be Fresh and Posted on the Block. But this is the original version is the one that's the music video. He actually put the remix on the album instead of the original version. This is what the album looks like. This is what the CD actually looks like. Now, as far as who produced the tracks on the album, but before I actually tell you who produced the tracks on the album, I actually want to show you what the inside booklet looks like. This is what the inside booklet looks like. As you can see, Cemeta is on the inside booklet. He has on the skull with his shades and has on this pretty cool jacket with the iced out chain on, you know what I'm saying? That's a pretty cool pic. And then you got another pic of Cemeta right here in the hood with his fitted hat on, with the iced out ring, with the cool shades on, and one of those type of shirts, the dress up shirts that you wear. And it looks like he's in New Orleans, in the projects, in the Calio projects. And then you got another pic right here of him with his shades on and showing his goats. And this right here, it actually show you the shout outs right here next to him. Alright. Now, far as who are the producers and the features on the album, the producers are Two Saint, Too Deep Music, Too Much, C-Loke, Moby Dick, Saw and Savage. Those are the producers for the album. Now, as far as like the features on the album, these are the features on the album: Detroit, Crazy Bone, Papoose, Mia Ox, Verse, H Dubbo, J Lyrock, Sincere Sosa, Chifa, Max Manella, G De Niro, Slim Dog, and C-Loke. Those are the features on the album. Now, as far as like how many tracks there are on the album has 14 tracks on the album. There's 14 tracks on the album. The first track is the intro. I like the intro on the album. The intro is pretty cool. Pretty dope intro. Then you got the second track, I Represent, which is the second track on the album. And this is actually a heck of a way to start off an album. And this is actually one of my favorite tracks on the album. This track, the beat is really dope. That beat is crucial, dog. That beat is fire. I really like that beat. I like the hook. And I like, another thing I thought was pretty dope about this track is that they got his homegirl in the background saying, "See murder," when he's rapping on the track, which is pretty dope, pretty cool. And See Murder comes through with two pretty dope verses on the album, pretty fire verses on the album. This track is a banger. This track is a banger right here, dog. This track is fire. One of my favorite tracks on the album. I never get tired of listening to it. Then you got the third track, We True, which is a skip on the album. And it has a lady like, she's like a DJ talking in the background and talking about the actual song. It's like it's actually like an introduction skit to the next track on the album, which is track number 4, Be Frosh, which features Detroit. And that is one of the singles off the album, this track, Be Fresh. I like the beat on this track. I like the hook on the track. See, Meta comes through with some pretty nice verses, pretty tight verses on the song. And I also like the concept of this song. That's another thing I like about the song. The song is pretty good. Alright. Track number 5. This track right here features Crazy Bone, Papoose, Mia Ox, and Verse. The Posted on the Block remix. And in my opinion, if you ask me my opinion, this is actually better than the original version, the original Posted on the Block, which actually had a music video for it. This is better than the original version. Because to me, don't get me wrong, I like the beat. I like the beat on the original version, but the beat right here on the remix is better than the actual version that he got the music video for. Now everybody on the song, the Posted on the Block remix, he Meta, Crazy Bone, Puff, Poose, Mia X, and Verse all come through with some fire verses on this track. And this is another banger on the album that I really like a lot. The next track, My Hita. This track features Mia Ox on it. And if you like that old gutter, gangsta, murder type tracks, you will love this track right here, My Hita, because this is that gutter, grimy, hardcore street rap with this song My Hita. The beat is dope. The hook is dope. Meta comes through with a really dope verse on this track. And Mia Ox also comes through with a really dope verse on this track. The next track, Gangsta Lyrics. This track right here is also one of my favorite tracks on the album. I love that beat. That beat is fire. The beat is fire. The hook on this track is fire. And Meta comes through with some fire verses on this track right here. And I really like the concept of gangsta lyrics. So that's another one of my favorite tracks on the album, is gangsta lyrics. Track number 8. Track number 8, Streets Keep Calling. It features H-Double. And this is about actually a pretty dope, pretty cool song. I like the concept of the song. Meta comes through with a dope verse on this track. H-Double comes through with a dope verse on this track. And it's basically like they be trying to leave the streets behind, but the streets keep calling. They try to leave the streets behind and change their life around, but the streets keep calling. That's what it seems like the message of the song is to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. And that's a pretty good track. The next track number 9, My Set. Now, Meta raps solo on this track. This track doesn't have any features on it. This track number 9, My Set. I like the beat on this track. The beat on this track is a straight up banger. The hook on this track is fire. And Meta comes through with some fire verses on this track. And that's another one of my favorite tracks on the album. Track number 10, Beast Mode, another one of my favorite tracks on the album. I like the beat. The beat is fire. Meta comes through with a fire verse. Jason Lyric comes through with a fire verse. Sincere Sosa comes through with a fire verse. And Chifa comes through with a fire verse. This track right here is a banger. The lyrics on the beat is fire. This track is a straight up banger. Track number 11, Cop Boy's Anthem. Now this track features his crew, Verse, Max Manella, and G De Niro. C Meta does the hook on this track. C Meta comes through with another one of his best verses on this album, on this track, the Cut Boys Anthem. Verse and Max Manella come through with some dope verses on this track, and G De Niro also comes through with a fire verse on this track. This track is a banger. Track number 12, Freeze Iceman, which is another one of my favorite tracks on the album. This track features Max Manella. C Meta and Max Manella both come through with some fire verses on this track. The beat is fire, the lyrics is fire, the beat is fire, the hook is fire, and this song right here is another banger on the album. Down South. This is another one of my favorite tracks on the album. I never get tired of listening to this track. This is one of those tracks that I used to listen to, and I used to bump it and have the TV turned all the way up to the maximum volume. When I used to listen to this track, that's how much I like this track. And C Meta comes through with a fire verse. Slim Thought comes through with a fire verse. C Loke comes through with one of his best verses I ever actually heard him spit. The beat is fire. And another thing I like about the song is the concept. I also like the concept of the song on this album. On this song, I like the concept. And I also like how for the chorus they sampled Soulja Slim's voice for the chorus on this song right here, which I thought was pretty dope and pretty cool. Track number 14, Metamon Dance, is the final track on the album. This track right here is a perfect way to end an album, because C Meta comes through with some fire verses on this track. The chorus on this track is fire, and the beat on this track is fire. And to rate this album on a scale of 1 to 10, I would have to rate this album a 10 out of 10. I would definitely have to rate this album a 10 out of 10. This album right here is a classic. This one of those albums that you can listen to all the way through, and it not one walk track on the album. You could bump this album all the way through. And if you don't have this album, I would highly recommend you getting this album if you don't have this album. But I would definitely rate this album a 10 out of 10. If you are a hip hop fan, I would highly recommend getting this album. Even if you are not a hip hop fan and you are just a C Meta fan, and you are a fan of C Meta, and you want to get this album, I would highly recommend you getting this album. This album is a classic from start to finish. Now, obviously, this album came out like 13 years ago. So, if you wanted to purchase this album right here, you would have to buy this album from either ebay.com or purchase this album on amazon.com if you want to buy this album. But I would highly recommend this album. I want to thank you all for watching today's video and have a wonderful day.